Hey everyone, Todd back here again with BikeOhio1000. I'm doing my recap of the 2023 Barry Roubaix in Hastings, Michigan, the largest gravel race in the world. And I participated in the Sram Killer 62 mile. It's my second time doing this race, and it was a real blast. You know, I did it in 2019 and it was 38 degrees and about 15 miles an hour wind. So all winter long training, I'm thinking about how to prep for those temperatures, getting the proper gear, thinking about hydration and food and how I'm going to handle all this. And lo and behold, we show up at Hastings 2 days ago on April 15th, and we're looking more like this. So went sleeveless, and really hydration was a bigger issue versus when it was 38 degrees. Really, that's a forced fluid. So what an awesome day, though. Performed pretty well. So I just kind of want to walk through some of the things. I'm going to show some videos about the race. There is me. I actually made it onto the Who's Who from my previous year. See that puddle there at the end of that road. A funny story about that is I'm zipping down the road and have to choose if I'm going to go right or left of the puddle, and nearly missed going into the lake. And then as I'm climbing back up that hill, a couple of the riders roll up to me and say, "Hey dude, we thought you were going in the water." And I said, "I thought I was going in the water too." So and that's the gear I was wearing 3 years ago. So totally different experience this year. So we did a little recon the day before, got up there early, and there is some of the Barry gravel. The course is extremely well marked. It's actually marked and stays marked year round. So, like the red arrow there is for the 62 mile, the yellow, the 36, the blue, the 18, and there actually is a green 100-mile course as well. And so some of the course parts are shared and some are not. This is kind of what you're looking at. Definitely, again, different look than I did a few years ago. It was muddy and wet and a little bit of snow, and this year it's dry and dusty. It's also very, if you want to kind of stop and smell the roses, there's some pretty views along the way as well. So again, recon, and Sager Road is kind of like the buzzword when you go to the Barry Roubaix, because there's a section on Sager Road that is just gnarly gravel, very heavy sand, oftentimes wet, extremely challenging, is even rideable. Maybe the fat tire people can get through there, but oftentimes for most of us average human beings, you're dismounting and walking in ankle deep sand uphill. But of course, I'm going to talk about Sager in a second, but Shaw Road is actually a little bit longer than Sager and probably as difficult, if not more. Yes, we're in Hastings, Michigan, in the heart of Barry County. Funky statue downtown, and right behind there is a nice little a pub brewery that I partaked in, and I highly recommend that. The town really opens its arms to the race. The volunteers, the traffic control, the aid stations, everybody were just totally awesome. So I checked in, and again, even registration, they have it down. And so getting in and out of registration was easy, picking up your swag bag. So I got my number, has your RFID chip on the back, so you actually get split times out there as well. Laid out my kit, went sleeveless. I wasn't really prepared for that until about 3 days before, but went ahead and went sleeveless, and that was the right call. We did stay at the Bay Point Inn. It's out on Gun Lake. Highly recommend it. Beautiful. They have brand new cottages. So we took in some of that, kind of a little R&R before the ride. So again, not really what we were expecting for the middle of April, but we took it.
My morning view.
Shorts, t-shirts, awesome. So I'm going to start pre-gaming and ready to roll, but just going to walk through the course a little bit here really quick. Also, my brother-in-law, Daryl, first-time rider, and I kind of convinced him to step up from the 36 to the 64, which is actually 64 miles, not 62, because they added some things in the course. And Daryl did really well. He made 60 miles before he had a rear derailleur that literally snapped off and broke the chain. So he did 60 miles. He was disappointed, but he did a great job. The finish line set up. They got music jumping. They got food and beer vendors, Founders Beer. Thank you for supporting the race. So here's the basic course, and there where the blue dot is. You're leaving, coming out of Hastings, the first about 1.5 miles, you're on asphalt. You make this hard right-hand turn, and you transition very quickly into the first gravel section, and you'll see some signs regarding the Three Sisters. Again, a very, very famous section of the trail. Three Sisters are basically 3 kind of stair-step hills. For me, I'm a little bit of a slow starter, and at 62, it takes me a while to get my heart rate up. So I had to kind of temper myself that first mile out of the chute, let all the youngsters take sprinting away to get my heart rate up. And, we conquered the Three Sisters, but right off the bat, it's a kind of a boom, boom, boom. And you can see the profile down there below. It's all day long of this kind of up and down, up and down, up and down. And the third one is the longest and the steepest. And after climbing the other 2, right out of the chute can be a struggle for some people. The third sister can be a bitch. I learned that the first time, so I was prepared and not a problem this time around. The trail, again, is really, really well marked. Every intersection, and during the race, there's traffic control. Literally at every intersection where you need to make a turn or they're stopping traffic for you. There's only one instance that was early on where crossing a major road where the police is kind of like hitting a train. They had to stop us and held us there for about 90 seconds or so, and then off we went. The wall, I talk about this in a minute, but the wall comes right after the Sager Road section, so around 18-20 miles, and it's just a long uphill grind. Makes it a little bit more tougher that you're just coming out of some places where you're going uphill in ankle-deep sand. And also, as you go up the hill, at the very peak of the hill, you think you've kind of crest the hill. There's a left-hander and another little kicker up. So that kind of takes a little bit of wind out of your sails if you're not prepared for that. So then Shaw Road, about 11 miles into it, hard right-hand turn. I'll go through the video. It's a 2-mile stretch of just ruts and sand, and most of the people my level were probably walking, if not jigging and jogging, at least half of that. And then lastly, Sager Road has the reputation of being the gnarly section, but not nearly as long as Shaw. So once you get through that first about 20 miles, then it's this rollers of gravel, you're on and off asphalt. They did add a nice fun little, like almost a cyclocross section this year. It's about a mile of literally grass. You're going through an old like a private campground, so even on grass. So that was kind of a cool little added section as well. This is the cue sheet in the route. So sometimes you're sharing the route with other course runners. So you might be in the 62 and the person next to you is riding the 36, and first time they're like, man, this guy's looking really fresh or whatever, and you didn't realize that you've already ridden 20 more miles than they have, or they're headed to the finish line and you got to kick out and knock down another 30. Aid stations well supplied as well. Again, props to all the family and friends who supported me during the ride and had a great time, and looking forward to it again. So up next, we're just going to walk you through some video I shot, predominantly about the first hour or so, but I just want to give you a feel of what the course looks and feels like, and I would definitely suggest you checking it out sometime. Here's a little recon of the Three Sisters. This is when about 2 miles in, and we are just coming off asphalt onto gravel. This is Berry County gravel. And there's the first sister up there. And the third sister is definitely the longest of the three. Probably
twice as long, if at least, if not 3 times as long. So a nice drag. So looking forward to it. The wall. Let's see. Yes, the wall. Not too crazy.
All right. Little Barry Roubiax pregame here this morning. Last preparations, getting ready to go for some breakfast. Got a little Kaleo warming us up, heating us up. It's going to be a beautiful day.
All right, Barry Roubiax 2023. Got about 15 minutes to the start time. It's a beautiful, beautiful day. The vibe is awesome. So looking forward to a great day out on the trails. Check out, I'll keep posting. Barry Roubiax 2023.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
shot from the Barry Roubiax just after the first rest stop. That was a lot of sandy walking, jogging crap. So hopefully we can pick up the pace. Just finished the first rest stop. Hot, hilly.